viewers, welcome. We are back with lots and lots of value. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got loads to get through today. We're going to be talking about the YouTube Studio app, the best way to use it, some strategies on how to make it more helpful for you and how to use it to help grow your channel. So do not go anywhere because we've got tons of value. So to start off then, we're going to look at the YouTube Studio app from your phone. So hopefully most of you have the YouTube Studio app on your phone. If you don't, after this video, download it and start using it now. It's a brilliant, nifty tool. Now, the first thing you want to use when you go on your YouTube Studio app is you can see straight away how your channel is performing. It will give you a quick rundown of, you know, are you getting more views? Have you gained subscribers? And straight away you can see how your latest video is doing, which is a really helpful tool to have on your YouTube Studio app to help grow your channel. You can see straight away. So for example, when I posted Tuesday's video, I could tell it's a fairly standard video. It wasn't my best video. I loved it, and thank you so much for you guys you core fans that watched it. You guys obviously loved it, but on the whole, a lot of new people came on and they sort of jumped to over. So it's a really cool thing to use. And then going on from that, I want to share with you value. Oh yes, value. Going on from that is you can click on each individual video and you get a real rundown of how long your audience attention has lasted. If people have skipped around the video is a really cool thing to know, and which is a great tool to have, especially at your fingertips. It's just really cool. So if you're out around on the go, or if you're sitting in your lounge or wherever you're sat, you can just nip on your phone and go, oh yeah, this video is done all right. And I like to get between 50 and 70% audience attention for a 5 to 7 minute video. I tend to find that's quite good. And just bear in mind, if a video stretches out for a long period of time, a bit like, a long 40-50 minute video, just bear in mind, and that will just go down because obviously it averages it all out, so it will bring it down. And if you get about 20 or 15, that's a really good average, so bear that in mind. Now, one of the cool things I really like is you'll probably know is almost like a traffic light system. I don't know if the camera will show it, probably not, but just bear with me, which is really cool and nifty. I probably should have a graphic for this, but if you can see that, can you see that? I'm just going to switch to that camera 2, see if it does it. No. So basically, if you just bear in mind, if you've already used this app, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can see straight away the views, and you'll get like a sort of green tick with a little circle. You'll get average view duration, which will give you a tick if it's average. It will give you like a green tick up if you're doing better than your average video. And this is all based around the videos on your channel, so bear that in mind. And the other little cool thing, I use these 3 symbols all the time on every video that I post, is watch time. And I was saying to you, so you can click on view more. So if you've got a tablet, by all means open up the app on there, and straight away you can see what views you got, what comments you got, if you got any likes, dislikes. It's a really cool thing. I'm just sort of opening up now just so I get a rough idea of the sort of things that you can do on your Studio app. I just think it's really nifty. And straight away, I don't know if you can see that, it's really annoying that you can't. You can sort of see it, you can reply to comments, which is really, really cool. And what I like about that, straight away, you can go, oh look, I've had a comment. And again, on the go, or if you're watching a film or however you do your comments, I tend to do it first thing in the morning. Just as I'm getting up or just as I'm going to bed, I'll just scroll through and go, oh yeah, cool. And that's sort of generally how I do it. If I get or a minute while making dinner, that sort of thing. However you do it, it's just a really cool way, because I'm a bit old school and I still like going on a proper computer, desktop, whatever you want to call it, laptop. And I like to do it the old-fashioned way, log into YouTube and sort of do it that way. But it is really cool on the YouTube Studio app how you can do this. And YouTube have announced that they are constantly updating their systems all the time to make this app more user-friendly, more helpful, and just overall help you out a lot. Now, what I really like about this, actually, I just want to just make sure it's right. You can see your latest 3 videos. It's really annoying you can't. There you go. You can sort of see it. You can see your latest 3 videos, which is really nifty. Again, you can see your comments. And what's really cool, you can sort of look at your average video. You can see how they're doing. I've always got a preloaded couple of videos to see, that sort of thing. So just sort of bear that in mind. So as you can tell, the YouTube Studio app on your phone is a great tool to have and something that you should really, really use. And ultimately, I just love it because it's just a very quick and easy way to see how your channel's doing. Now, before we carry on, I'm just going to have a brief see who is in the house today. Hello Sam, welcome, you are there. And hello Ash, welcome. I think this is your first time watching me live. Thank you, I'm loving your videos, by the way. Brilliant, so let's crack on. So the next thing I want to show you guys, I'm going to open up a tab. You won't be able to see it at the moment. If you want me to show you it, just bear that in mind. You know what, for you guys, I'm going to bring you value and I'm going to do that. So let's do a window capture. Let's just call it whatever. And we're going to do this now live, he says. Is it going to work? No. Bear is the mind, order to the top. No, it's not going to do it. No, it doesn't want to do it live. Sorry about that. Anyway, so if you could just think of the YouTube Studio app then. So I'm going to just look at it and take you through it. So if you could bear in mind when you're doing your YouTube Studio app on your desktop or laptop, this is sort of where I like to use it the most because you get much more features. So just bear that in mind, which is really cool. Yo! So basically, if you think of your YouTube Studio app, and for some reason I just can't say that tonight, if you're getting value from tonight's video, smash that like button. Oh yeah. For absolute value. Oh yes. So, on the YouTube Studio app, which I can't say tonight, you can see straight away all your videos from your latest video all the way back, which is just a great tool to have straight away. And just visually, you can just compare, you know, subconsciously, whatever. You can see which videos have got the most views, which have had the most comments. And what you want to start to think about then, you know, this is your first strategy to help grow your channel. By looking at this, you can then think, right, those type of videos have done better, so perhaps I should make more of them. And this is a very useful tip. If there is a particular type of video, or you've done 2 or 3 types of video and they just seem to be doing better, I would highly recommend making more of them, because ultimately it's about what your viewers, what you guys want, and if you guys prefer a certain type of video, go with them. So that's something I would highly recommend. And what I like about this is you can just switch between the dashboard, which is taking a little long to do, probably because it's live streaming. And you can see straight away again how well your latest video is doing. You can click on the analytics and you can compare it to other videos, which is a cool little tool to do. I've shown in previous videos how to do it in more detail. And what's really cool on the dashboard, you can see how many subscribers you got, which I'm sure most of you content creators will know how many subscribers you got, how many that you've gained or lost in the last 28 days. You could also look at 90 days and over the last sort of 6 months or year, which is, you know, quite handy. Sometimes if I have a day or a night when I'm thinking, I don't know if my channel's growing and this sort of thing, I quite often will look back over a year and see all the spikes of the videos going up and the interaction going up, and you think, you know what, Dave, your hard work is obviously paying off, so keep going with it. So sometimes that's a little tip I would just share with you. If you're ever having a day where you're just thinking, I don't know if my channel's doing well, if you click on the analytics and just see how it's grown over a year, it's quite a nice feeling when you think, actually, it is growing. I'm just being a bit hard on myself. So bear that in mind. It's not really a power tip as such, but it's just something that I do myself if I'm having a day when, you know, when I feel I should be doing better. And straight away then you can click on your top videos, which is really cool and really handy to do. It's not wanting to do it as quickly tonight, probably because the internet my internet must be slow. And straight away you can see what videos have spiked. So again, you can compare your recent videos with your older videos. You can see which ones have had watch time. And on the desktop version, you tend to get much more info, and you can really go into detail. So you can click on engagement. You can see exactly what parts of the world your viewers came from. When I last looked, I think about 20% of my viewers came from America, which is really cool. So hello to the USA. I also noticed that I believe Canada, Australia and India were the other high countries along with the United Kingdom. So they were the highest points. But what's really cool actually, if you go really into the detail, you can literally see, and this is quite scary in a way, but cool, in a cool way. You can actually see literally every country where there's been at least one person that's watched your video. So I've even had like views from Egypt and all sorts. So when you look at it like, you think, oh my God, I'm global. So it's just a cool little feature to have. And you know, it's not like something that breaks or makes your channel, but it's just one of those little cool, useful things. And YouTube is adding new features all the time. Something they added not too long ago actually was on the comparison of your video. So when you click on the audience duration, you can see exactly what point the audience are dipping. And YouTube added about a month or so ago, like a blue bold, if you can imagine, sort of like line, if you will, just filled in gap, whatever you want to call it. And that basically highlighted the part of the video that was starting to dip or was just the most busy part of the video. And what's really useful about that is you can see straight away and then try to work out why people were dipping. What was it? Because your intro was too long? Was your hook not good enough? And I don't mean being in a harsh way, because I don't believe, you know, I think we should be constructively critics of ourselves, but at the same time, there's no point being too hard on ourselves, because it's just not worth the pain. It's just something that just isn't worth it. So I would basically then say, from that, is just really think about, okay, so how can I make people watch or encourage people to watch my videos longer? Now, a little tip I would definitely use is test. This is something I would highly recommend. So when you think of the psychology of your video, you really want a really good hook for your particular video. You may want to try an intro. I like to have an intros, but you probably notice my intros begin shorter and shorter. If you have to have an intro because you just think it looks cool or whatever, I recommend it no longer than 3 seconds, if not shorter than that. Because when you look in all your graphs and stuff, YouTube will show you that most people, if your intro is any longer than that, people will just skip. Even your core fans will be like, nah, whatever, I've seen it 1,000 times. So just bear that in mind. So you want to get straight to the value as quick as possible. And something that Brian G. Johnson said, I think the other week, was if grab people within the first 7 seconds, because if you can't do that, you'll probably lose at least 40% of all the people that watch a particular video within that, and then it will start to dip. So if you don't grab and throw in the value straight away, people will leave and gradually. So so you're probably thinking, okay, so what's a healthy view count? So if you think, obviously, when you've clicked on the video, you'll naturally get like a bit of a dip. That's just on all videos, even your best videos will get that. And then what you want is just think of like an airplane, a nice glider, just glide along gently. And then another thing I want you to think about is at the end, you may notice quite a dip as well. And that's usually when you're like, right, thanks for watching guys, blah, blah, blah. And that's usually when people are like, right, the video's ended, I'm off to the next video. So another little power tip I want to share you guys, another little strategy, is try to keep that. You probably notice especially in my latest videos, I've tried to make that bit as small as possible, very precise. I've tried to be like, you know, ask a question of just being like, thank you for watching, here's the end card, see you later type thing, rather than, because, you know, even a month or so ago, I was probably like, you know, check out Facebook, check out Twitter, do this, do that. And the truth is, most people probably just, yeah, whatever, and probably went to the next video. And you'll notice, this is why you need to really take notice on the YouTube Studio app. You'll notice that a lot of people just dip, and most people probably won't do any of that. So be very precise with your ending. Perhaps just put in one thing per video and just test it and see if you get anything from it. You know, if you want to mention your merch if you've got any, or if you want to mention another video. And what YouTube recommends actually is definitely try and hint of another video, you know, sort of say like, oh, check out the end cards, or, you know, if you enjoyed this video, we've got another video on this topic, or we've got another series. So at the moment, for example, I'm making an editing series about a 3-parter. There's going to be 2 bite-sized videos for you core fans, and it's going to be like a live stream like this where I'll go through exactly how I edit a video. I just thought some of you may find it interesting. So, you know, so it'll all be packaged all into one little, you know, nice little project, and hopefully it will give you guys value. So bear that in mind. Right, I'm just going to look at the live chat again just to break it up a bit. Whoa, we've got loads going on. Okay, super happy to check your love. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate that. Love your videos too. Oh, thank you. I really do appreciate that. YouTube should be out. I know. There's a lot to learn, but I'll tell you what, Sam. I'll tell you what. Once you get into it, it's not as. At first, you're like, oh, what does it all mean? But once you get used to it, it's not as scary as you think. Mr. Dubs, welcome. Boom. Go and check out DJ Ladycut, Sam, and Mr. Dubs as well. He's in the house. Go and check him out as well. What else have you said? Either okay. People watching. I mean, they might jump off the response to a message or call, etc. This is very true. I'm going to be brutally honest about this, actually, Sam. It actually hurts your video, sadly, and it's just one of those things. So if someone's watching, say, you know, with all the will in the world, if I don't know, you've asked a friend to watch one of your videos, say, and they watch it for like, I don't know, a minute, for example, and then their phone goes, and then they've clicked off it, that'll actually work against your channel. So just sort of bear that in mind. So it's really like, and obviously the more people that watch our videos, the more chance you will get people that just flick through, because that's just what people do. But if you can get people to watch your videos as long as possible, I have noticed on your videos you've been getting a nice load of views, so well done. And that's just part of it, I guess. And it is one of them. And that's another little thing, actually. They reckon over 70% of people, if not more now, watch YouTube on their phones, and it's probably going up all the time. So this is something else when you think about when you're thinking about your YouTube studio and your strategies and what videos to make and this sort of thing. Try to think of everything you do. If you don't take anything away from this stream, please remember this: everything you make, your graphics, your thumbnails, your videos, your graphics on your videos, your banner on your channel, the way your channel looks. Try to, however you edit it, look at your channel on your phone and see how it looks on your phone, and try to think of, right, no matter how I edit it on a computer or laptop, I need to edit it so it looks good on a phone, because more and more people are looking at your content, your videos and your channel on your phone. So bear that in mind, and that for everybody. So do everything, edit it to look as good as possible on a phone, if that makes sense. So I hope that answers that question. If you've got any questions, throw them in. I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So yeah, so really use your YouTube Studio app to really help build your channel. It's something you sort of, you know, need to do. And what's really cool, actually, you can actually compare lots of videos. So say once you've got, say, 10, 20 videos, you can actually compare different videos on the app, and you can compare them. This is more on the PC desktop version, if I'm honest, but you can compare, and you can then see which videos have done the best, which ones haven't done so well. And for you silent listeners, or those of you that watch weekly that just, you know, don't want to make yourselves known, that's fine. And one little strategy, if you haven't heard this already, if you haven't heard me say this already, but I'm going to say it again, is if you're unsure what videos to make, going back to testing, think of 2 styles of videos. So depending if you're a gamer or musician, or you know, a cooking channel, YouTube tips channel like mine, whatever your channel is, think of 2 styles of video. So it could be live streams and bite-sized videos. I do both, but you know, it could be, I'll use gaming just because that's easier. So you could maybe have game reviews and gameplay, and then make sort of 4 or 5 of each video and see which ones gets the most engagement. And you can use this as an experiment. It's a great way to use your app on your phone, on your computer, whatever you find easier. And it's just a really good way to test your videos, test your thumbnails, and you can really see. And then once you've made 5 videos of each, you'll easily be able to see which videos are done better. And what I mean by engagement, I mean all of it. You know, which one's got the most comments or the most interesting comments? Did people ask certain questions? What got the most likes? Did it get a dislike for some reason? And if you do get a dislike, I mean, it happens to us all. I got one the other week for literally no reason I can think of. And sometimes you will just find that. I find YouTube on the whole is a fantastic community, and I feel my channel is building you guys, so thank you so much. A very positive community, but occasionally you might have just said something that someone doesn't like, or they might not like, I don't know, the colour of your video. It could be literally anything. So if you've literally got like 10, 20, 30 likes, but you've only got 1 dislike, don't worry about it. Just see it as, I don't know, you're a musician, and there's always going to be someone that boos you because that's just their right. So don't take it personally. That's a massive power tip. I must admit, in the past, I was like, oh my God, I got a dislike. Oh, what have I done? And, you know, the truth is, you probably smiled the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's as silly as that. So do not take that the wrong way. Anyway, test your videos. Test. And with thumbnails, this is a good way. Now, you can use a fantastic plugin called TubeBuddy on the desktop. It's an absolute brilliant tool. You can get a free version or a paid version, and that helps with all sorts of things, looking for keywords and helping you title your videos, because titling and descriptions are massively important when you're doing your videos. And then something that I think a lot of people forget about is the power of your thumbnail. So see it as always a package. I know this is something I probably said a lot, but I know there's new people here to the live stream. Please see it as a package. So see your thumbnail like a poster. Does it grab people's attention? Does it grab people's attention straight away? And I'm just going to go to a different camera shot. I appreciate I've been on that camera for a while. But really do take that on board, your thumbnails. Really take on board, you know, does it grab people's attention? So test, you know, your face with text. Just your face, not your face. Just have letters, just have words. Just have a picture of what you're talking about. And you will find, now obviously bear in mind whatever you're talking about will have a big impact, and how you've titled and done your descriptions, that will also impact the views. But you get a good idea. If you've suddenly got way more views on a certain video, it could be because of your thumbnail. Now you can test this in TubeBuddy, but just yourself in studio, you can get a rough idea. So if you've suddenly got more views than normal, but you're talking about the, you know, sort of the same sort of thing, perhaps that was a good thumbnail. So continually to do that. Make more thumbnails similar to them. And this is something you want to constantly test and evolve, and something that you want to build upon over time. You probably noticed on my channel, especially when I first started thinking about it, I was really testing, playing around with all sorts of things, different colour lettering, having my face at different sides. Something to bear in mind, thinking again of how it looks on your phone. On a lot of videos you can see like the time stamp of how long the video is. So I tend to put text on, you know, above it or on the other side. So, you know, because you see loads of thumbnails where they have a bit of the title of the text on the thumbnail, but it's covered over by the timestamp, and it just looks naff. So just bear that in mind when you're designing your thumbnail. And this is perhaps something we can talk about in another video. So that's something else to sort of bear in mind, but see it as always as a ongoing package around each video. So, you know, and do it as like a partnership. So the thumbnail with the title, and then see the description, something just backs up. And YouTube picks up what you've called your video, what you've written your description, and that just gives a really rough idea for YouTube of who to put your video in front. And also for your viewers and for your core fans, they'll be able to tell straight away what the video is about and just give a bit of content. So, you know, that's something to just bear in mind. And again, when you're building your channel, do playlists. I still see so many channels that don't have enough playlists. Use them, especially if you've got over 10 videos. Use them. Maybe plan ahead, right? The next 5 videos is going to be a separate playlist. Wicked, like I'm doing my editing one. You know, sort of bear that in mind, and then add a little description that helps YouTube again work out who to put the video. It's all about trying to make your videos as for YouTube as easy as possible to show to the right people, so more people watch your content. That's only what you want, so you can bring value. So again, something else to take away, especially for you new people today, is give people value, solve problems, and if you can, entertain, but ultimately give people value. If you're just making videos for the sake of it and it's a hobby, that's fine. But if you ultimately want to grow your channel, just think about, what value am I bringing? Am I teaching something? Am I showing a new point of view? Am I showing something I've found out? Am I teaching? So bear all this in mind. Right, so I'm just going to have another brief look at what's going on. Boom, boom, boom. Exactly. So many people now watch on their phones. All right, so brilliant. Okay, are there any questions about the YouTube Studio app in general, or anything you want to learn about YouTube? Just briefly, a YouTube update. Did anyone notice the problems we had last night? In UK time, there was quite a lot parts of YouTube where certain pages and channels weren't loading up properly and that sort of thing. But apparently YouTube are working on it and they've probably fixed it by now, to be fair. But if it didn't, I was a bit worried it might affect tonight. But if it didn't affect you, don't worry. So there we go. If you've got any questions but you can't think how to write them, feel free to ask me in the comments and I will quite happily answer them on the replay or at any point later on, or before I go to bed, or if this is the week later, it doesn't matter. I try to respond to literally every comment. So if you have a question about YouTube in general, put it in the comments below and I will do my best to answer it in as much detail as I feel necessary to again bring you guys value. So on that note, I'm going to say to you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you got value from today's video, smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're new here and enjoyed the content, please subscribe and ring the bell to get all the latest videos. And after this video, feel free to share this video with family and friends and check out my channel for more content on YouTube, editing, filming, cameras, and everything to do with YouTube. So anyway, have a great day, great week, great weekend, whatever time of day it is. I just hope that all you guys got value and ultimately have a great day. And I'm going to leave you now because come on, let's do it together now. Come on, guys, let's do it together. For those of you that have been around a while, you know the rules. You guys rock. Come on, you guys rock. You guys rock. Let's do it on camera too, look. You guys rock. You guys rock. You guys